Hey guys, Jarell here, Grey Wolf TV, back with our reactions to The Haunting of Hill House. We're now on to episode 8. The last one ended with Theo and her father both seeing Nell right at the end in the funeral home and freaking out. It was a pretty much long-winded, drawn-out funeral episode, so I'm not going to go into it too much. If you want a recap properly of it, it is on the end of the previous episode, so we're just going to get straight on with the next one. So sit back, relax, and we will watch this together. This is episode 8.
He hasn't used the credit card yet. They're going to send me an alert when he does. We can get a location from that. God.
I mean that suicides can cluster in families, especially twins.
Where would he go?
He could be anywhere.
Methadone Mile.
What's that?
Mass Ave, south of downtown. It's basically an open-air drug market. I remember it. I'll go look for him.
It's a waste of gas. He could be anywhere.
Yeah, I'll go with you. We going or what? I just want to help.
I could use your help with something, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. See, your mom's gonna go to your Aunt Janet's in a few days. Stay a bit. Maybe a week. I could really use your help watching your brother and your sisters while she's away.
What do you mean, sweetheart? Of course you're safe with me.
Mom! Are you okay?
Where are the twins?
Downstairs.
What's going on?
Huh?
What's going on with you and Lee?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how's your marriage? You're on the same team, even you're in the middle of the fight. During the fight, you're forgiven. There's no fear, there's no danger, you're safe. I hope, really, you get to experience that sometime. So whatever you need to fix between you and Lee, I really hope you do. Yeah, I had to come. I can't lose anyone else.
Her skull cracked like a melon
All
when
right,
she
Steve,
hit the
why don't you
desk.
just,
There was blood all over the library carpet.
Steve,
And a contusion on the back of her head from being shoved into a wall. It wasn't the house. She was sick. She was sick in her mind, and the one person that was supposed to take care of her didn't do a goddamn thing to get her help.
Poppy Hill.
William's parents sent him to an institution when he was a kid. They met in the mental institution. They fell in love in an asylum. She was insane. She was a beautiful young woman in her time, though. If you really want this to be a surprise for your mom, I'd suggest you don't work on it in your room.
Are you kidding me?
How about you try another house? I'm not in the fucking mood!
I don't know.
What the fuck do you want?
Not now.
I can explain.
I doubt that. Shouldn't you be packing?
I know what it looked like last night.
You're making out with my husband.
No, there was no actual... Okay, so for what I can remember, which isn't a lot, actually, he pushed me away.
Is that supposed to make this better?
It wasn't even him.
If you kiss my husband, that's what you get. You get punched in the fucking boob. And you get evicted from my fucking house.
Lovely. You're finally starting to see it, are you?
I got a hit.
He used the card at a gas
How?
station. 202, just east of Amherst.
Yeah, I'll text you the address. I think Luke is going to the house.
Of course he is. The goddamn house. It was a good enough spot for Nell. It's a good enough spot for Luke. You know, our family has a disease that's never been treated because it was easier to listen to your crazy stories about an evil house.
So you think you saw it in the mirror, and that's why you think you'll never have kids?
Oh, I know I'm never having children. Our family is on the brink of a breakdown, seeing things that aren't there, hearing things that aren't there. And that shit happened after the house. It's not the house. There's something wrong with our goddamn brains. So yeah, I'm never having children. I made sure. Vasectomy. Right out of college.
He didn't tell her.
And it was the right call, believe me, because if I ever doubted it, some of the bullshit I've been hallucinating this week. She wanted kids, I knew that. I kept thinking I'll tell her later, now's not the time. My genes are rottenly. So I didn't tell her. The crazy cranes. And this sickness already killed 2 of us, might kill a 3rd tonight.
This is beautiful. You did this by yourself.
Thought it might cheer you up. Dad said you've been,
What? What did he say?
I know you're taking a little vacation.
This is perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
Mom?
Now what? What's she... What did she say?
It's a lot you don't know. I thought I could keep you kids safe if you didn't know, but for 20 years I've been holding the door closed because I knew there were monsters on the other side. Do you understand?
Please tell us.
Not even a little.
Our family is like an unfinished meal to that house, and your brother is walking right back into... That house is the most dangerous place in the world for all of us. And you are the last person that should ever step foot in that house because of what you wrote and how you wrote it. You think you know what you saw? You think you know what you wrote?
What?
I know you saw a ghost.
Oh, I saw Mom smash that glass for no reason.
Before that, go to the beginning, that little bit about the vanity and why you did it. You found the vanity in the game room.
Mm-hmm.
And you walked by the man repairing the clock, and then you saw your mother looking into the twins' room, staring at their empty beds.
Oh.
No, not her. The man repairing the clock.
What about him?
Do you know what witness marks are? Basically evidence of repairs that have been done to the clock and what the clock was. I had that clock evaluated by a professional before we even moved into the house. Knowing if I had, it would have taken specialists, and there's only a handful in the world who know how to do it right. And they take it off site. No one touched that clock. There was no man there, and certainly not one in old overalls with a handlebar mustache. That man wasn't
Was a
there.
ghost.
You probably just forgot.
Yeah, you think you're writing about your crazy mom, your crazy brother, making scary faces in the treehouse. You see the marks, but you don't know how to read them. I never built you kids a treehouse. How would I even have the time to build you kids a goddamn treehouse?
Maybe he was already there.
There was no treehouse. She wasn't crazy. Neither was your sister. Neither is your brother. Neither are you. Whatever you saw this week. And I'm very sorry you have to be taking all this in right now, but you have to. Do you understand me? You have to, because your brother's life depends on it.
Dad and I were in your office, and the Forever House was on the floor, and we heard a noise under the desk.
Not that. You already told me that.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
I don't need to hear your excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
Bullshit.
I saw.
Okay, that made me jump. Damn.
I had to know, and I touched her. And
What did you say?
Nothing. Just nothing. And it spread everywhere in me, this nothing, until I couldn't feel anything anymore. I was just this dark, empty black hole. And then I tried to mourn at the wake, and I felt nothing, and so I drank, and nothing worked. I couldn't feel anything. Shirley, after I touched her skin, I couldn't feel. And I wonder if this is it, if this is what death is, just out there in the darkness, just darkness and numbness and alone. And I wondered if that's what she felt, and that's what Mom feels, and it's just numb and nothing and alone. And then the lights came on, and there he was, and I didn't see him. I didn't see him. He was a light in the darkness. He was a life preserver in the ocean. I reached for him because I had to feel something. Oh God, it worked. I started feeling things again, and I felt shame, and I felt grief, and I felt scared.
That's not possible. Here we go again. Crap. Okay, that was a much better episode. So, why didn't that work? Regardless of whether he's seen things or the house is doing it, it can't stop gasoline igniting from a flame. What is going on? I still don't know what's going on. This series is still leaving me perplexed. However, the father just having that conversation with him in the car where he's saying, look, you've written about the book, you've noted down and observed everything that you thought you knew and saw as a child. You've made money off it, you've turned it into a novel, you've made it word for word what you think you saw, and you've got it all wrong. You've what you think you saw isn't what you thought you saw. You've made your own interpretation of it because your own mind has told you what you should see, not what you are seeing. So the guy in the grandfather clock wasn't really there, is what he's telling him. But the bit that really got me is when he said, the tree house. Because it's shown us the tree house a few times with his little brother in it. And he's like, we didn't build it. I didn't build a tree house. There was never any tree house. So every time you went to look at your brother in the tree house and you were both of you were in there wasn't one. So either you're just as crazy as the rest of us, or you're seeing things just the same. I'm still completely undecided on whether he is actually right and this family has actually all just got really bad genes and they are just a bunch of nut jobs, or it's to do with the house, or it's a combination of the two. And it does keep making references, like the picture that she showed him as a kid when he found that little dresser that he was doing up for his mum when he was a child. That she met the other guy in the mental asylum and fell in love, even though in a mental asylum the patients are kept apart. There's no way you could fall in love in both, but whatever. It seems everyone associated around with this house has either been insane, been born insane, or gone insane. So, is it them? Is it the house? Is it coincidental? Is it... I don't know. Guys, I'm lost. Help. I'm lost at this point. I don't actually want you to give me any spoilers. I don't, because that is episode 8. We have literally 2 more episodes to go, and I'm sure, as everyone has already told me in the comments, that everything will be explained. So it will be a nice surprise to me, and I will probably be able to give a lot bigger rounded reaction and review to it when we get to the end, and I promise to do a much more in-depth analysis of it once I know what the hell I'm talking about, because all the series that I do on this channel, and because a lot of the stuff is, a normal linear thing and everything you're seeing is really happening in the series that you're watching, it's easy to analyse what's taking place, what you think's going to happen, what's already happened. But horror is particularly difficult, or anything that's classed in the supernatural realm or reality, because they can go down there, and it was all a dream. They can go down the route of it really is supernatural, or we're just watching a group of people throughout their lives who are all convinced that there's spooky goings on, and it turns out it's all just them who are crazy. And we're just watching a psychological breakdown of what it's like to be insane and not know you're insane. For someone to question if they're insane, they're not insane. When you're insane is when you don't know you're insane. And this, if this is the case, would be the perfect prime example as to how you would write it. So I will say at that point whether that is the case or not when I finally get to see the end. The only bit that annoyed me in that episode was, I don't know how it works in America, but this series is brand new, and when we are watching it in the here and now, not when we're watching the flashbacks, it's meant to be 2019, 2020. And if someone steals your credit card or debit card, they can't use it unless they have your security details, i.e. your PIN number. You don't sign things anymore. You don't, the way visas and everything used to work years ago, it was easy to just take someone's card and use it. Unless you have that PIN number now, you can't just walk in anywhere and use somebody else's card. So that bit where he's stolen the card and gone bought stuff and walked into a petrol station, I don't know. Maybe that works in America, but it certainly doesn't work anywhere in Europe. You walk in with somebody else's card and you can't show that it's your card, you ain't buying nothing. And they more than likely will call the police. Anyway, it's only a small nitpick, but I like things to be accurate if they're going to portray it to be in the here and now and meant to be accurate to the time period. Right, I'll leave it at that. That was episode 8. I really enjoyed that. Theo's breakdown when she appeared in the car, I've got to admit, that scared the shit out of me. That is the one major jump scare out of all 8 episodes so far that I actually felt my ass slightly leave this chair. Got me. Damn. It's got to happen at some point, right? Right, I will be back for episode 9 very soon. Don't forget to leave your comments below, let me know what you think, and I will be back with the next one very soon. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, turn notifications on, and I will see you for the next one very soon, guys. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care.